Hi, you guys. I've been wanting to do this YouTube for forever, so the intro is going to be a little rough because I need to go ahead and get started because this is getting very serious. I have been an RBT for 4 years. I am currently getting my master's as to become a BCBA. Right now, my legs are broken. I'm in the line trying to wait on my daughter, and I just want to help you guys while I can't help you guys right now. I see a lot of Reddit things where people are saying basically they can't do this anymore. They have a lot of high functioning autistic children that are just physical, aggressive, eloping. So I'm gonna try my best to help everyone. And okay, so this is already hurts my heart. I can't do this. Advice needed. My son is 7, high functioning, verbal, and a high IQ. He is mean. He is aggressive. I have scars on my hand from his clawing. I have started having my own sensory issues from his hitting. He tells me he hates me and to die daily. I hate my life. I hate weekends. I hate school breaks. I hate the summer. He fights with my 4-year-old daughter and he hurts her. He is medicated on ADHD medication and an anti-anxiety medication. Maybe I should try him on a low dose of antipsychotic. I have been so hesitant due to the side effects. He also has an IEP at school with full support. He has behavior therapy 5 hours a week, down from 10. He used to have 10, now he got 5 hours a week. I can't put him in sports or clubs or anything because he needs one-on-one support. I don't have any help, and I'm not near family. They wouldn't help me anyways. I do have a couple friends who are supportive, but they are so busy with their own lives and don't have neurodivergent children. I care for him so deeply and fought so hard to have children. He is my baby. 4 rounds of IVF and multiple losses before him. I quit my job as a NICU nurse when he was 1 because I didn't want to miss a second with my miracle. I have tirelessly advocated for him at school and devoted my life to driving him to therapies, social skills groups, etc. Now here we are. It's like I'm in an abusive relationship. He abuses me both emotionally and physically. I can't ever escape it. I am so tired. I just want out. I want out of this nightmare. How do those of you in similar positions carry on? How do you feel like you aren't drowning every day? I'm not excited for the sun to rise tomorrow. Ma'am, this is so hard, but I really appreciate you saying this because just like I said, it's a lot of people that feel this way, and people are going to Reddit for it because it's only certain amount of places that you can go and say stuff like that without getting in trouble. But this is the truth. Honestly, ma'am, when we have neurotypical children, they're a handful also. They could scream one time, we ready to snap. Like it's okay to feel how you feel, but I feel like even like if you were in an abusive relationship with a grown man, how would you handle that? You can't put him on no restraining order. You can't run. You can't leave. What can you do? You have to, not to say you fight back, but even as I look into the paperwork, it's justifiable for even your therapists that are working with your son to eventually use physical restraint or, physical punishment, putting him in negative situations so that he got to work himself out of it. Sometimes punishment and negative helps. Like, before he even gets to where he's about to hit on you, it's not that you're taking your frustration out on him or trying to teach him a lesson, but it's more so, we're not even gonna start there. Like, you just have to take your power back. You have to take your power back. And me being me, I would say pray about it, because Something like that has to be very painful. But one thing we have to understand, even when our children are autistic, we are still the parent. And I feel like, especially with the high functioning, high IQ, those people, they don't like their boundaries to be crossed. So I feel like it's a level of boundaries and respect right now, because he's old enough to understand. He's high functioning, high IQ. He understands wrong from right. So at this point, I feel like you kind of have to see what makes him like this or why he's like this. And if you feel like it's sometimes, if you step in the room or something happens and then he says it, then maybe sometimes you might want to step back a little bit. But at the same time, if you step back and give him those boundaries, which will be respect for him, you have to also expect the respect in return. There's a level of respect that children already have to give the parents. Okay, so if you got a kid whose teeth are growing in and they're gnawing, or they got sensory things going on, so they can't really help it. They're not trying to chew your pen up, but they just want to chew on something so bad. They can't talk. They don't know how to just tell you they want to chew it. Cool. Okay. That's understandable. But for a high functioning, high IQ child, and this goes for all neurodivergent children, they're neurodivergent, but facts are still facts. Respect is still respect. And the only way that they will know wrong from right is if we teach them wrong from right. But we have to, as parents, stand on the respect of it all. We have to stand on the respect of it all. Because if we keep going around saying, oh, he's autistic, I can't whoop him because he's autistic, or I can't whoop him because he's a child, and my mama whooped me when I was younger. But there's a certain level of respect that you have because your parents decided to whoop you. You have to understand that sometimes you can punish and discipline your child without being disrespectful. It's not easy, because you really have to like go ahead and plan out how you want to parent. You cannot back down from your kids. Like, if see, this is my problem, because I don't want to be on YouTube telling you guys what you should do. But I will say there are some things that you are still legally allowed to do. And sometimes you can do these things. Like, if you need to just grab your child and put them in a position where they cannot move, you put them in that position where they can't move, but let it count. Don't just hold them down and just apologize. No. You hold your child. You hold them accountable for what's going on right now in this moment. You give them eye contact, because that's where respect lies, in the eyes. Okay? So you hold them or restrain them or whatever it is that you have to do to get their attention. Pure eye contact as you're explaining to them right from wrong. There's no coming from it. They want to talk back, the discipline goes. You know what I mean? The boundary is, what are you going to do if they talk to you crazy? Are you going to whoop them? Okay, well, they talk to you crazy. You get them in a position where they finna get a whooping. They're going to be talking to you because guess what? They don't want to get a whooping. Pure eye contact. Look, you're finna get a whooping because I told you that I would respect your boundaries as long as you respect me. I'm going to respect you as long as you respect me. If you can respectfully tell me you don't want me barging in your room, or you know what I mean? If you want me to just lay the food on the table, I can submit to that just because I understand you. But at the same time, if I tell you also, you're going to have to, watch how you talk to me, you're going to have to understand it. I don't like to be talked to like that. And so it's as simple as that. And you're not going for anything else. And that's how you do that. You stand in who you are and who you were before you even had them. If you were to go walk down the street, would people be able to just come up to you and swing on you? What would you do? That's the same way with your child. You're going to have to treat them like they're a pure person. And I know they're 7 or 5 or 6, 3, but you're going to have to treat them how they would be treated if no one knew they were autistic.